What's up, my friend? Welcome back to another video. So today I want to share with you the most realistic sample library that I've ever played. And I've played a lot of sample libraries. I played with a lot. There are some that are definitely more realistic than others, more musical than others. But the one that really makes me able to close my eyes, play the library, and actually make it feel like it's a real player playing, that's a lot of P's in there, is this one right here. You could probably guess what it is by the color itself, but it is Fracture Sound's Brass Band Soloists. Now, I want to make it clear that I'm not even the biggest fan of the British brass band itself. I don't really write for that sort of ensemble, and there's a lot of different instruments in the group that I would probably never even write for, to be honest, because it's just not like the type of thing that I do. However, the magic that has been captured in these samples is just so amazing. So I want to play some of these instruments here for you, and let me just quickly show you here. So we have 5 different instruments that have been captured for this library: cornet, soprano cornet, flugelhorn, tenor horn, and euphonium. I'll just play a few of these here, just a legato, and have a listen and really close your eyes and see how beautiful this sounds. All right, so that is the cornet by itself. And yeah, I like to me it feels like I'm sitting in front of the player in a nice studio. They're just playing for me. And it's really hard to capture solo instruments in such a great way, you know? Very few solo instrument libraries can make it feel so realistic because capture solo instruments, it's a whole new monster compared to ensemble libraries. I feel like with ensemble libraries you can get away with maybe the not perfect legato, or there's some phasing that can happen, but with solo instruments everything is just so exposed and upfront that you sort of have nowhere to hide. And Fracture Sounds have done just a wonderful job here. Now, I think it really helps that they went with one dynamic layer so that there eliminates any sort of crossfading between dynamic layers. So you don't really get that double instrument phasing sound, which is super, super useful. Plus the performance that they decided to go with vibrato, without vibrato, but I love the vibrato here because it doesn't feel overstated. It feels romantic and lyrical, but it's not necessarily overbearing, which is a great medium as well. So just a really good, solid sampling approach. And of course, the legato is very realistic as well. I also love that legato isn't overly present and in your face. Like you don't get this accentuated, exaggerated slide between the notes. It just feels very natural that, in a way makes it feel that you're sitting right next to them, and the melodies can be very, very convincing. So that's the cornet out of the box. Let's have a listen to the flugelhorn here as well. Yeah, just beautiful as well. Same idea as the cornet, just very pure, very warm. That's I think a big reason why I like this library as well. The aesthetic, the sound itself, it's not overly bright, it's not overly dark. It's just this pure warm tone that you get from these instruments, and it feels controlled and lyrical, which is really in my wheelhouse. Let's hear the tenor horn here. Yeah, just gorgeous. I really like how this tenor horn, by the way, it has a bit of vibrato into the sustains, right? Unlike a lot of other orchestral French horn libraries, they don't really put a lot of vibrato in the samples because maybe that's not stylistic of a lot of typical orchestral playing. Whereas for this brass band, all these instruments basically have a degree of vibrato that sounds very musical. And so I'm sure it's quite idiomatic to that style, right? But yeah, just another example of a warm, connected musical sound. Finally, let's hear the solo euphonium here. And there we go. So yeah, just a very simple video today. I just wanted to share with you how much I enjoy the musicality and the realism in this library. I could very confidently say that this library I can put in front of a mix in a very sparse arrangement, maybe just with one of these instruments plus a piano or just a very simple string arrangement. And I could be very happy, listening to this track and feeling like it's a real player sitting in front of me. And when I say they've really captured a magic here, I don't say that lightly. Like a lot of libraries sound like sample libraries, but this one actually sounds like a real player, all these different patches. And I feel like they captured that same magic here in their latest legato library at the time of this recording, the Emotive Woodwind Soloists, another wonderful library with typical orchestral woodwinds. And so I really, really want to see them do more legato because I really feel like they captured it so well on their very first outing. The Brass Band Soloists was Fracture Sound's very first legato library, and they already did an amazing job. They knocked it out of the park. And so, yeah, I'm not sponsored in this video, by the way. I'm not being paid for this video. I wish I could be an affiliate partner for Fracture Sounds. I would jump on that in a heartbeat, but this video literally is just me sharing how much I enjoy these libraries. I want to put them in front of you in case you don't have it yet, and you want to check out some new sounds featuring some great legato. I can highly recommend these series of libraries here. Those legato libraries are fantastic. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you want to check out my full sample library recommendations list, though, like you want to see not just brass, but other woodwinds and strings and pianos and stuff, I've got my sample library buyer's guide down below in the description if you want to grab that. It's 100% free, and it literally goes through every single thing that I would personally recommend. It's not overly exhaustive, though, so you can read it through in just a few minutes if you wanted to, and it's essentially all the libraries that I would kind of use for my own work, in case you're wondering, and you can use it as a buyer's guide for your future purchasing decisions moving forward. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I'll catch you in the next video, and I will see you very soon. Take care.